Firstly, we're going to start with DXY to understand what's going to happen with gold. And then from there on out, we'll be explaining the GPSD and everything. First, we need to understand what's happening with DXY. DXY is, again, is dollar index. So basically, different currencies usually is being measured against dollar. So this is a measure. I think about 5 to 10 currencies are in this DXY, and they're all measured against dollar, and then we can see what's happening with dollar. So when usually DXY is going down, it means dollar is going down overall against most of the currencies such as euro, GP, and such currencies. So currently we can clearly see that DXY is very bearish right now. It's dropping quite strongly. Around 12 in the afternoon, we did see a massive DXY bullish momentum, but as soon as the news came out, the GDP news came out, we could see that DXY has been dropping since then and has reaching a quite strong low of 91.91. If I just zoom out, last time DXY was this low exactly was the 1st of September, and then it did reach as low as 91.786, which is also our support level. It's a very strong support level. You can clearly see that if I zoom out quite a bit after zoom out. DXY hasn't been that low for quite some years now, quite some time now. So last time it was this low was on April 30th. So if it retests that support level, then you know that DXY is quite low. But again, we can clearly see that if DXY does reach this level, we're going to see a massive bullish momentum, most likely because buyers are definitely waiting at the support level, because it's a multi-year support level. And once the price reaches this level of 91.786, we can see that, market could move more upwards. After reaching here, we could see DXY getting pulled up back to highs of 92.39, which is this resistant 50 MA resistance. And if that level breaks, we could see DXY rising again to the highs of 92.65 and even highs at 93.06. So what could it mean for dollar? So if we look at dollar right now, gold. So gold currently, we can clearly see that it's been ranging overall today, and it hasn't been moving a lot. Overall today, just been ranging between, if I go to short time, it'll be easy to understand. So we can clearly see gold from here and just let me just draw up 2 lines right now, so we can see that. So we can see that gold is ranging between these 2 lines. So if it goes up, and that's 1801 to 11 pips or so, we can clearly see that gold is ranging up and down, not really moving anywhere. The main reason is gold is waiting for DXY drop more. So once the price reaches the 71.986 level, we could see gold from, if it, gold could drop more lower. So gold could, as we said, we had a forecast early in the morning in the daily watch list that we could see gold dropping back to lows of 1795, or even as low as 1787. Again, very critical level for gold, guys, currently right now. If gold does keep dropping like this as is for quite some time now, we could see gold going back to the range of at least 1795s and 1790s and 1795 range easily. But overall, currently, it's trying to make a higher high. So we can clearly see that gold made a higher high, then another higher high, then dropped again, broke the resistance support level of 1808, now below it. So overall, for gold to be really bullish, it needs to break above this 1812 resistance level. So this blue line here, it needs to break above this level for it to be really to go even higher than that. So it needs to definitely break this level to have any chance of going higher by end of this month close, or by end of this year, because gold is quite bearish. And if the year closes in a very bearish form, we could see earlier next year when the vaccines are rolled out in most of the countries, we could see gold dropping below as low as 1700s. We could see gold closing start of the January or end of January. We could see gold reaching the 1700 mark, which is very, very low for gold in terms of points, because it would have dropped nearly 400 points since it's been, the highest it was in this year was around 2000. Just if I just zoom out a bit more, let me just zoom out. So it was highest was this year only on 7th of August 20, and since then it's just been dropped all the way back to 1700 mark. So we have to keep in a close eye how gold really moves. But any momentum, gold is quite sensitive to market right now. So any big news about vaccine or any new fresh lockdown news could move gold really furiously up or down. So more vaccine news could see gold moving below, breaking the support level of 1801, which has been ranging between for quite some time. Now hasn't broken this level for quite a long time. But if that does break, then it will easily fall back to lows of 1795 and 1790s. So But again, if it does break the 16, 18, 12 level and closes above this level, that could be a good sign for bulls. That means that bulls can push the price all the way up to 1848, or even as high as 1880, and 1900 could be something that we could see gold closing by end of this year if it does break above this 1812 resistance level. For now, gold looks like is a bearish form. Gold looks like it's going to drop back to 1795s and 1790s. So we have to keep in a close eye at the end of this month, because as we know, last month is December, in about a week's time. And as we know, December, most last 2 weeks, definitely there's hardly any trading, so gold has to make his move in next 2 to 3 weeks. And if it fails to do that, then gold will be really bearish in coming months, coming new year. So another pair we're quickly going to look at, as we said in the Zoom link that we'll be talking about, GPSD. GPSD has finally broken above a very strong resistance, which it was trying to break for quite some time now. If I go to 4-hour time frame, we can clearly see that has been trying to break, on past few days now, he's been trying to break it, and finally today has finally broken above that level, and currently is above that level. We can clearly see on a short time frame is above that level. But again, similar thing happened last time when the price was above that level on 23rd of November. Then there was a massive pullback, and we could see similar things, because we clearly see the prices start to range at this resist support, break of resistance, a very strong break of resistance, because after this there's a highs of monthly, yearly high. If this if GP keeps rising, it could reach 1.34 or 1.4342 level, which is a monthly high, yearly high of this year, so the highest of this year. But again, I do expect bears to come in the market. I do not think GP is that expensive yet. I do not think GP is that strong for it to really break above 1.340 mark right now. So again, I do think GP could fall back as low as 1.3361. Which is about currently 10-15 pips or so, and retest this 50 EMA on a short time frame. On a longer time frame, I could see GP falling back to the EMA support level of 1.3284. So I do see GP dropping another 120, 130 pips. I do not see GP actually closing the year at 1.34. I do think GP will drop back below this level, and once the vaccine starts getting rolled out around United Kingdom, then we could see maybe GP rising above 1.34 and rising to yearly highs or making new highs for some years. So currently GP is bearish overall, but it's a very strong uptrend. We clearly see that it's been making higher highs every time, so higher high, but has failed to make a new higher high. So we clearly see that GP has failed to make a new higher high, which is also a strong indicator that that bears are always present at this level of 1.3388, and they're not ready to give up. They're not ready to let bulls run all the way up to 1.34 levels as of yet. Again, guys, if you have any more questions about these two pairs or any other pair, you can ask me now before we can move on to what's the best time frame to trade in for scalpers and long terms, and what kind of trading method you have. Doesn't matter, because there are some time frames that I would recommend everyone to look at. Before that, if you have any questions about these two pairs, you can ask me now before we move on. All right, then let's get on with it. We're going to be looking at the best time frame, I think, is of course daily time frame, because that gives you an overview of what's happening. It gives you like a really big scenario of the market. You can clearly see that on a longer time frame. You can clearly see that GP is quite a bullish uptrend, but we can also see that last time the price was here on 2nd of September, there was a massive pullback as well. So that gives us some kind of confirmation that this level is a quite strong resistance level. So it's better to look at daily time frame. Not every morning you have to do that, but I think once a week, when the Sunday market opens on Monday morning, it's best to look at daily time frame to really see what happened overall, what's happened last week, in last 7 days, and what could happen in coming days, because you can see that this is a very strong resistance level. If I look at this again, 1st of September, price failed to did break but then fall back. Really, that since then it hasn't been that high, and last time this high was 17th of December. We can clearly see again price did drop quite strongly, so that should give us an indication that this is a very strong resistance. And overall, we should see some kind of a pullback. Again, I do expect it to pull back into this 50 EMA on all time frames. So I do expect, first of all, I expect the 50 EMA pullback on a 15-minute time frame, then on hourly time frame, and then 4-hour time frame. So I do expect GPSD to pull back into 50 EMA before making any kind of momentum upwards. Another time frame that we look at as we are scalpers, we look at 15-minute time frame quite a lot, because it gives us quite a few entries, a lot of entries in 15 minutes. Because if you're looking at a 4-hour time frame, you can only see 1 or 2 entries in a whole day. But if you're looking at 15-minute time frames, you can see up to 15 to 16 entries on a very good volatile day. So currently, the entries that we're looking for is for us to see a break below this level. If we see a breakout below this support level right now, the 1.3375 support level, that would give us quite a few entries. We can enter there, and once the price reaches here, if there's a breakout, we can enter here, and there's a breakout at 1.3340 level, which is also a quite strong support level. We can enter there, and again, there's a breakout below 1.3313 level, then we can enter again. So we can see about potentially 5 to 6 trades if that the breakout of this level does happen, because potentially right now to enter as a buy is quite risky, because we can clearly see that price hasn't been as high as 1.3394, hasn't been higher than that this year. So if it does break above this level, higher than this level, then we might be able to enter as a buy position, yes. But overall, right now, we do think that market is in a very sentiment for GBP, and we do expect GBP to drop overall for now before this year ends. All right, guys, that will be it for today's Zoom call. Again, if you have any more questions, please do ask me, and you can always ask us on our WhatsApp. If you have any more questions around there, you can always ask us on WhatsApp. We're more than happy to help you there. And thank you so much for joining.